faces for all of them times. Nobody want us to shine. I got a lot on my mind. I take it off if you let me, you will not regret me. See, lately I'm praying you will not forget me.
What's poppin', everybody? This is Cam Green, and this is the Green Print 713, and we're back with another episode with a special guest here. Today's guest is a true blueprint of hustle, heart, and Houston roots.
At a bus stop, my boy solicited, man. If the young lady's sitting at a bus stop, she might need a whip.
He's a proud graduate of Yates High School, yes sir, and a former collegiate hooper who brought that same discipline from a hardwood into the world of finance. He's a certified tax professional, a credit repair expert, and the author of a children's book, one of the authors of the children's book, The ABCs of Finance, right here. Through his company, Berrios Multiservice, he's helping families take control of their finances, from taxes to credit to long-term planning. Whether it's rebuilding credit or educating the next generation, he's on a mission to break generational cycles and build generational wealth. From core vision to credit precision, this man is teaching the culture how to secure the bag the right way. Here today to give us his green print, or here today to give their green print, Wellington Stovall and my man Carlos Berrios.
Come on, man.
How I do?
Oh, listen. That was tough, but serious. I gotta live up to something on this episode, huh?
Hey, bro, talk your stuff, man.
Come on now.
So, yeah, I'm happy that y'all on this show, man. Let's get into it. Where y'all boys? You from Houston?
For sure.
Originally from Houston.
For sure, yes sir.
Okay.
So
Third Ward?
Third Ward, yes sir.
Third
Houston,
Ward.
Texas. Went to Jack Yates High School.
Yeah.
Started out as a hooper. I'm gonna tell you, man. I was one of those too cool for school guys.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not,
What?
Playing basketball though, you kind of walk with that little chip on your shoulder. From high school, I went to go play basketball in college.
Yeah.
I went to A&M Kingsville. I'm not gonna fake my move. I went to the big
Javelinas. Is it?
Come on, man, you
Okay.
on point.
I'm from Texas, man.
How you know about that?
I'm a Texas man.
Nah, man, not a lot of people know about South Texas though. It don't get no rep.
I'm a real Houstonian for sure, but come on, man, I'm from Texas for real.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you, yeah.
So that's me, man. I played basketball for 3 years.
Yeah.
Ended up not graduating because of life circumstances that we'll be able to get into. But I would say, life happens for a reason, man. It took me into exploring who I am as a person, right? Growing, getting into a lot of different financial services. Meeting this man here, right? But I'm gonna let him go ahead and introduce himself before we get into all the good stuff. So.
He got the name tag. The name tag
Says it all.
Yeah, man.
It's not part of people.
But let me tell you something. First and foremost, I've never seen
That's how we come.
So can I?
the exclusivity of something like that. I don't even know where you get that from, bro.
I'm gonna blow your mind.
Okay.
Mind you, I'm 50 this year, so this is
that's crazy. Congratulations. When your birthday?
November.
November.
5th.
Okay.
Scorpios in the building. I was in the year 2000. I was a loan originator. I was in the mortgage business. I went to a networking event, and back in the day, they had this on belts
What?
and on hats. This is year 2000. I saw it, and that day I found. The funny thing is, I found the corny. I was like, man, that's kind of corny. Man, look at this, man. He's showing out a little bit. The attention that person grabbed that day in that event, I was like, no, he's a marketing genius. So I started to do this back then. I was living in Florida at that time. And when I was out and about, a lot of people were doing it. Then I said, you know what, I'm gonna stop using it because it's oversaturated. That stopped probably 2003. Since then, I've never seen it again. So I researched.
So you bringing it back?
I found it,
Come on,
and I said, nah,
We're gonna
do something that's old school method that I know for a fact is gonna bring an incredible amount of attention. And I can tell you right now, I can't go anywhere without wearing this, without being stopped, being asked. What they don't have to. My name is right there.
Yep.
It tells you exactly. There goes Carlos Berrios with Berrios Multiservices. It gives you all the information. What is it that we do? We do a little bit of credit repair. We do a little bit of business funding. So the information is there. So as I'm talking to him, we're this and we're that, and you're over there, my, ear hustling and eye hustling.
And then I'm watching you look at this. And then I say, look, Los, he trying to read it. You gotta stop. Now we talking.
Hey, what's your name? And that's what I get you to hear. What's your name?
Talking.
Yeah.
Conversational piece.
So it's
we
it's
talking.
my bait hook.
Yep.
And what they say, history repeats itself. So hey, you bringing something back from the old school that people never. You dropping gems on us just off the name tags already.
Already, yeah.
Now, can I tell you this? We talk about the old school. If we read any of the books, your Rich Dad Poor Dads, when was that? When was any of these books written? Your old school books. Your what's How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Yep.
That's Dale Carnegie who wrote that. How long ago did he write that? But yet to this day, look at any pocket, look at anything. What are they going to say?
Oh, they referencing.
That's going to be your Franklin Covey's. All of those books, 7 Habits of Holly. These are old school books. Yet those methods are extremely effective. So don't bring back an old school thing, man.
But listen, you said old school, but we got a new
the new school.
Come on.
Hey, you see how I segue to that, man?
That's beautiful.
I need a sponsorship. Come on, man.
No, definitely, man. That book that you holding right there.
Yeah.
That's the future.
Let's talk about it.
I'm gonna tell you, that's gonna be the number one. I want you to hold it up while I say this,
Okay,
man.
say
Because like you said, word is bond, and this is serious. This is gonna be the number one financial literacy children's book in the world. Not America, in the world. Because let me say, man, it's not just a book, it's a brand. The book is an introduction to what we're trying to accomplish in terms of financial literacy.
Wow.
Right? The book is just the introduction, but we have and y'all the first people, y'all are the first ones to hear about this.
Yeah.
So we have interactive learning program that we are currently creating to go along with the book, and we have a curriculum to go along with the book. And how those other two components came about is as we were selling our copies, right? One question that we kept running into was, okay, but how can parents and teachers teach the book, right? We know it's about money, and we know that the children will be going through reading, but what if the parent isn't financially savvy and the child asks questions? Now, what do we say? How do we educate at that point, right? And so talking with different educators, man, we created a curriculum for a parent that knows nothing about finance, zero.
Or teacher.
As well. Right, that knows nothing about finance, no finance background, no finance degree, will be able to follow the curriculum and accomplish the goal of teaching each and every letter in that book. It's 26 letters of the alphabet. It's 26 financial terms in that book for your child to learn. Ooh. So listen, man, I'm telling you that book right there will be the number one.
And I want to dive a little bit deeper into this book and how it came about. But they had to start from somewhere. So you have your financial literacy, and how old are you right now, man?
Man, I'm 25.
25. Talking the way you talking.
Yeah.
I don't know too many 25-year-olds out here giving this type of game.
Come on, man.
And then you got leadership, and you got a partnership with my man Carlos over here. Carlos, where did you get your start from?
I started in the car business. I was a car salesman.
Is this back in New York?
This was in Florida.
Okay.
So in the early 2000s, I went to purchase a vehicle. I got denied for the car, and I was upset. And I was like, man, why I got denied? This is where credit came into play, and this is where sales came into play. At the time, I was working for a factory. I was a factory worker, and so I came in to purchase a vehicle, didn't get approved. That when I saw the dealership and the way the car salesman guy, he had the big watch and he had the bracelet and he smelled really good and he showed such a power position and he exuded money that I said, I want to learn. And I started with cars, did really, really, really well. Sold cars, went into F&I. From there, I had my own dealership for a little while, a small little buy here, pay here, hopped around. From there, I sold a vehicle to a young man who was in the mortgage business. And when I looked at his financials, I was like, man, that's really good money to make a year. He said, that's what I make a month. And everybody seen the movie
Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah.
So that's what you make per month? Dude, nah, that's no way. If that's, I'll quit right now. He said, come to my office and come see me. He said, because it's the same hustle. It's just a different product. So I went from selling cars into the mortgage business. And in the mortgage business from the year 2002 to 2009, I went from being a loan originator to working for the bank, from working from the bank to owning my own mortgage company. And then in 2009, for obvious reasons, the entire market crashed. So I closed the mortgage company and then just went into different kind of other sales, but then squeezed right back into a multi-services company because I just saw once pandemic and everything had happened, I said, there's a need here. There's a need for not just credit repair, mortgages and what have you. There's a need for all financial things. And that's kind of not where the book came about. That's a whole nother story. But that's a little bit of background of where my finances come from. So from cars, from banking, and now multi-services.
Okay.
And so now tell them how the book came about though.
So the funny thing about the book is we obviously we own a tax company as well. So through tax season, obviously we get customers coming in to fill out their taxes. Once they find out that we do credit repair, most of the time that goes hand in hand. Okay, let me get my credit repaired with you guys since we're doing the taxes. As we're speaking to them and they find his age and they find out everything he's saying and they go, man, when did you learn this? And that would start coming about and everyone said the same exact thing. What is it that they say?
I wish I knew this when I was younger.
I wish I knew this.
I wish I knew this.
That was gonna be my next question.
Who's not? So that's when me and this young man sat in my dining room table for months, sitting around after making up some meals.
Come on,
and we would just talk and that's when the idea said we have to write a book. But how do we start the book? Like what kind of book? Do we have to educate them somehow. When you become a loan originator or work for any banking, they give you an ABC of the terminology so you can learn amortization and what have you. So I was like, okay, we can make something similar to that, the terminology of finances, but for the children, and make it simple and simplified and make it very fun. That way, these are everyday terms. And that's kind of how the book came about.
Man, I like that.
Yeah. It was his push, man. It was an idea I always wanted to write a book for all these years. And if it wasn't for him going, not only are we going to write the book, but guess what I have? I got all the people aligned. We can get this done like this.
Bro, I had everybody.
We just got to have the ideas.
How long did this take?
So look, so we action people, man. Like I said, we the jump out boys.
Yeah.
We're the jump out boys. We not playing no games, right?
Jump out boys.
What that means in a minute.
We'll get there. But just had that to say, whenever we looked at each other and we make a decision, when we decide to do something, it's done, right?
It's now business.
I called up my buddy, right? Because he owns a publishing company. So I called the owner direct. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, me and my partner, we want to do a book. What do you need from us? What is it gonna cost? Shoot all that information to me. Sent that over to me. We sent him. So because that was my guy, he allowed us to do the 50-50 split with the payment.
Okay.
And so what we did is we locked in. So for the first payment, we paid half of that to lock in the idea before we had anything on paper.
We had,
and he said we got 30 days to hold a spot. He said we could hold a spot for 30 days, but that's it. I sent them half right then.
Got straight to work.
Just cause we not playing.
No, why not? We knew
we're not playing.
But let's take a step back real quick, cause you're 25.
Yeah.
Where the hell do you get this game from? Like, where do you get this?
It's fire.
This financial literacy, because like we're literally talking about it. Y'all said y'all started this children's book because a lot of people have the same sentiments of, I wish I would have known this when I was 18, 20, 25, 30. And here you are at 25 writing these books for people, the youth, really, the babies. My daughter about to get a copy, you know?
Come on, man.
So with that being said, where did you get that from?
Man, when I stopped playing basketball, and listen, this gonna be in my book. This gonna be in my book, y'all. But look, so when I stopped playing basketball, I came back home to Houston, Texas, and I started working for temps. I was making $200 every 2 weeks, bro. Right? As a 21-year-old, that's not cutting it. But I always believe slow motion is better than no motion, right? better to be doing something than nothing. I went from there to Walmart. Then I went from Walmart to Dr. Pepper, right? When I got to Dr. Pepper, I seen how people could get stuck in a job. You get what I'm saying? Because you come in, I was making $800 every week at like 22 and a half, finna be 23 years old, right? That's pretty good money when you have no bill, no financial responsibility. You know what I'm saying? But I seen how people get stuck because I was at Dr. Pepper for like a year and some change. I met two people. And I'm a chameleon. We pride ourselves on being chameleons. That's why we the true jump out boys. You hear me? Yeah. But we gonna get there. But we chameleons, man. Any room we gonna fit in. We can speak any language you want us to talk. You know what I'm saying? If you want us to go ebonics, we could do that. But just said that to say, I was cool with the manager. So the manager, the GM of the one of the stores I was working in, and the janitor, right? The janitor was always telling me, he would always tell me how he was looking forward to retirement. And I don't judge, but I know his goal was not to retire from a janitorial position. You know what I'm saying? I know that was not his goal when he closed his eyes when he was my age at that time, you know?
Right.
Same thing with the manager though. Cause they making, let's say 150, 200, which we may think is at conventional standards. That's great. When I close my eyes, I see something. I told you that idea right, that right there is $100 million. When I close my eyes, I see something that only God could show me. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I knew I couldn't get there. Working a job. So I called one of my mentors. I said, I don't know what I need to do, but I'm gonna do it. And man he said, go get your mortgage license. He sent me $500 to pay for it. I paid for it. Less than 30% of people passed the test the first time. I passed the first time, right? As soon as I passed, I quit. That's 100% sales job. You get what I'm saying?
You said, I'm a realtor, bro.
I quit.
I'm a realtor, bro.
As soon as I passed, I quit.
Yeah.
I burnt the boats. And what that did is that forced me to become financially savvy, right? It forced me to learn finances. Mortgages forced me to learn taxes. From being in taxes, it forced me to learn credit. But then too, that journey took me to meet my partner here, Carlos. To now we own multiple companies. To now we are truly helping hundreds, thousands, I would say, of people across the country. This is just in Houston, Texas that we're located, but we have clients in California, Detroit,
Puerto Rico,
Florida. Come on, man, Puerto Rico,
New York, yeah.
You name it.
Arizona,
Because what we do, the value is enormous. It spreads like wildfire to everybody. And so I would say where it comes from for me, man, is growing up. The same thing. He'll tell you the same thing. Growing up in an impoverished environment, being broke, bro, and then learning something that could change, that you've seen change your life. And I know if I could give it to somebody else, it could do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now,
I know.
Now, how was the first interaction with each other? What was that like when y'all first met?
Okay, since you were talking, I'll jump on this.
Yeah.
So, and it's his story. I'm gonna tell his story.
Okay.
So the way we met was this young man had a mentorship program that he was a part of.
You gotta tell him the dollar amounts that you gotta tell him.
Well, you probably gotta spit that.
Okay. I'm gonna say up to the point where we met. All right. So for me. So I told you I started with I'm 100% sales at this point. Okay. I told you I jumped off the porch going hard, right? So 100% sales. So I was doing mortgages and taxes. It was right after tax season. And you know, most tax preparers, after tax season, they take off. They done got that little money and they say, I'm done for the year. That wasn't my case though. You know what I'm saying? So this was like June, bro. I had $1,500 left for the year. Mm-hmm. You hear me? For the year.
Wow.
I paid $1,000 to a mentorship. I paid $1,000. Yeah, I had $1,500 left for the year, and I paid $1,000 for the mentorship that I learned nothing.
Wow. And we ain't gonna air it out who
No, I'm not even gonna
yeah,
learn
same
nothing.
list. Yeah.
But then I met him, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and.
So I was invited to just be a part of a mentorship program, just to speak and talk. So I show up to the mentorship program, and I think you were sitting across from me, or
Right.
next to me.
It was probably like it was probably like
you were
right
sitting
here.
kind of the way we are right now.
Yeah.
So as we go around and everyone's introducing themselves, and he stated he was a loan originator. I said, I was a loan originator for years. I told him, I'm no longer, but let's talk after everyone. And we just got to asking questions, and he kept asking questions, and we just kept. And I was like, okay, we gonna talk. Then I said, no, we need to talk outside of here. So after that, we end up going to a hotel. We hanging out we were at the Post Oak, hanging out, having a good time, but now me and him are on a one-on-one talking, and I'm just listening, and I'm asking questions and what have you. And I said, why don't you come to my office tomorrow? Never left.
Wow.
Came to my office.
What year was this? When was this?
This was going on now. Oh, it's about a year ago.
About a year ago. Okay.
About roughly about a year ago right now.
And I have another.
August, right? August
So
makes a year.
Makes it a year. So literally
A year.
Yeah, literally a solid
Exactly.
year. Man, that's crazy. Carlos, there's something interesting in just my observance with you. Well, the fact that you are about to turn 50.
Yep.
And here you are in a partnership with a young 25-year-old who's, you could tell by his speech, you could tell by his delivery, you could tell by his persona, his aura, he's hungry.
Oh, absolutely.
He wants it.
Absolutely.
He's passionate about it. That type of dedication is going to go far. That's the reason why when you tell me $100 million, say less.
Oh, absolutely. And that's lowballing it.
No, for sure.
That's
for
lowballing
sure.
it.
But for you, because a lot of OGs, respectfully.
Absolutely.
Respectfully.
He definitely OG though.
A lot of OGs.
Double
Stop
OG.
playing with him.
Well,
Stop playing
the
with
fact
him.
that when you let it, when he's well talking, man, it's just in you mind, yeah. When well talking, you're listening as well. You're supporting him. You're probably getting a lot of ideas from him, especially when he's presenting. We should write a book, or we should do these type of things.
Come on.
You're taking heed to instruction from someone who's younger than you.
Absolutely.
And for the audience, I just want y'all to talk about the fact that how you as an OG who pretty much could be his pops, you know what I'm saying? Literally.
I have kids older than him.
That's for sure. So for you to be in this position, how is it that you are able to, flow with him and be, respect him as an equal, as a partner?
Well, the respect is easy because age has nothing to do with that.
Okay. I like that.
How you present yourself, the word that we use a lot, how you rock.
Yeah.
How you vibe.
Right. Yeah.
And it says not just conducting yourself and speaking, it's your everyday action. When I don't see a young man, I see a man. I see a man with a serious vision. So age has nothing to do with it. And not only that, he took the steps. When I heard you're a tax preparer, you're a loan originator. Okay, well, I did taxes, I did loans. So now I'm seeing 25 years back, someone who was hungry just exactly how I was. And that's when I told him, I said, I don't meet a lot of people like myself. And I finally met someone who's 25 years younger than me, and I need you more than you think you need me, because it's 25 years later. So now what we're going to do is we're going to mash both those worlds together, and I'm going to bring the old school mentality with the new school way of doing things, and we're going to take over.
Come on.
We're going to take over because you're going to have the experience and I'm going to have the new school way of doing things. It's a wrap from that. Yeah, we're unstoppable. Why wouldn't I partner with somebody? And not only that, I'm learning so much from him. First of all, this is his town.
Yeah.
So he's introducing me to the town. So we're in third ward. We're all over, hey man, this is where I went. This is who I went to school with. And I'm seeing the love that he's getting. And at the same time, I get to teach him everything that I've learned throughout all of the years. So it's an incredible matchup.
Back to him taking you through third ward. How much different is that from the Boogie Down Bronx, man, and your upbringing?
You gotta understand, man, I'm from the Bronx in the 80s. Just look it up. Look it up.
Joey Craig was on the streets, huh?
Joey Craig was, yeah. Joey Craig, man, he's from right up the block. It's different yet the same. And let me explain to you by it's different yet the same. Obviously, it was the different times. Bronx, New York, in that time, it was a different level of poverty, a different level of I guess you would call ghetto. Whereas in now times things are a little bit different. But the upbringing, the culture, everything is the same. You can walk into a barbershop right now, it's the same thing as walking to a barbershop in 1980. It's gonna be the same conversations. It's gonna be the same smell. It's gonna be the same everything going on. Just, the players are different.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This thing, but it's the same exact, So being from where I'm from to come here and go to an area, any area here, it's like being at home.
Yeah.
So, and he introduced me to some great areas, man. So excited about that.
I'm gonna say not to just touching on the geographic differences, right side of things too, man. I was super excited to get with someone from the East Coast.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Making hip hop. Yeah.
Man, they got that hustle out there in that East Coast.
It's fast. Man. It's way fast. It's too fast.
Yeah. I would say I was so the difference between what is it? They say the scalpel. That's the one that the doctor used. That's the precision joint.
Yeah.
Right? Versus just the regular cutting knife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So at first I would say I was a regular cutting knife. We're gonna get through it by any means. You get what I'm saying? But then once I met Carlos, because one thing that we definitely gonna touch on this episode that he taught me that changed my life is guerrilla marketing and how to prospect properly and how to get a client like right now, you know?
Say no more.
Yeah.
Man, that right there turned it into a precision, a precision planning of actions. You know what I'm saying? That allowed me to take what I was already good at, which was just going out, making it happen. Now, when you add the strategicness to it, oh man,
You're sniper.
Plus the formula, you a sniper. You a sniper, man. And so our closing ratio is definitely not 3 out of 10. I could tell you that, because it's different when I could go like this and shake your hand, right? And look at you and do this number right here and say, no, we got you.
Versus this way or digitally.
Yeah. Now,
This is where old school comes in.
yeah, not for sure.
Right.
Yeah. Now with y'all being in sales, because I'm a sales as well when it comes to real estate and helping clients and things like that. This is the topic that I want to talk about because you more so are talking about the marketing side of the things, to how to seal a deal with a client and making sure that those things are successful. Let's go dive into that. Of how do you proceed? How do you conduct yourself in a genuine manner to where someone can come up to you and shake your hand and be like, you know what? I trust this guy. Because I think that there's a disconnect in this type of community, the finance community. I feel like when you see somebody that does taxes and cross, you already know the jokes and the stereotypes that you hear behind it, but they really think like, these some slick talkers. I don't know if I should trust, so
Right.
what is it about, that strategy that
I love
you feel me?
You get me?
Yeah.
It's called the formula, man.
Okay.
It's called the formula, man. I'm gonna let Carlos introduce the formula because he introduced it to me, right? So who better than the teacher?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Obviously, it's not my formula. It's something
For sure.
that I've learned.
That you've adapted.
That I've adapted. Like a set of skills. I've adapted a set of skills throughout my life.
Come on,
the movie Taken.
Yeah.
But
We'll be hitting that.
so to everything there's a protocol. Obviously, what I've learned in business or in sales, period, since we say it's a numbers game, why not treat it truly like a numbers game? So a lot of us cherry pick. I can tell you, like for a perfect example, when I was in the mortgage business, right? And this is a really funny story and a true story. So I wanted to call leads. I mean, don't we all? You're a realtor, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure you probably. I need leads. So he said, bet, I got you. I'm going to give you 200, 300, 500 leads. I was like, wow. So I'm slamming the phones. This man's just giving them to me. They're all in alphabetical order, so it's even better. A through Z, and I'm on my A's, and I'm making phone calls. I'm landing appointments. Things are starting to work out. And I'm like, man, that's really good, man. I need some more leads. He goes, all right, give me 1 second. And he went back to the white pages. And he went, here. This is the white pages. He goes, you want leads, right? You want some names and phone numbers to call. And that's when I realized there's no such thing as trying to find a lead or anything. This man gave me the yellow pages, but he didn't tell me that's what it was. He was giving me names and phone numbers, and I'm sitting there slapping it away. That's when I realized there's true numbers game. He didn't give me leads. He gave me names and phone numbers of people that no one has ever spoken to. And that's when I realized, okay, there's a formula behind this. And the formula, step one, is how do we get in front of the person? And that's the meet and greet.
Right.
So practice and master your meet and greet. Because if you don't have that, then that's it. If you can't say that first, hi, what's your name? If you can't do that, how are we going to get to step two? So part of the formula is let's practice that meet and greet. And that meet and greet is going to be different with everybody because you have to, which is part of the formula also, find common ground. Because that's how, when you're meeting someone, you want to find some sort of common ground. I like your drawings, man. Oh, man, you a Dallas fan. Talk about
Now, this Astros.
Astros, that's right. Yeah, for a second.
We got to stop right there.
For a second.
Texas, Astros, Rockets.
No, ever.
I don't want to hear nothing else. You say something about some Cowboys.
Never.
Yeah,
But you get what I'm saying? You try to point out something. So that's part of, and if you follow the formula, which we use every day, law of attraction and all that good stuff, it's all part of the formula, you're going to have a good closing ratio. But part of the formula is the guerrilla marketing aspect. And how do we touch everybody?
To do it in your window of what you just touched on, right? With the find common ground. That goes back to what we're just kind of talking about with the devil's in the details. Right? When I come in, when I'm looking at a person, I'm analyzing immediately my environment, you, right? How does it smell? What is this? How did I feel when I walked in? Everything is a conversation starter. Everything. I come in.
Ooh, it's hot.
Oh my God,
it is hot, isn't it?
Ooh.
Just trying to get out that heat. It feels so good in here. We just
how you doing? How you doing? How's your day going? You know what I'm saying? I come in, I'm all sweaty. I'm sorry, but hopefully, your day's going better. You in this AC. Ha 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 ha. What's your name? My name is Wellington Stovall. Boom. Now we start. Now they like me at least. They don't know me and they don't trust me yet. But I got one key. They like me now. So now we just gotta find how. Now we gotta ask the qualifying questions.
That's part of the formula as well,
right? To get to the trust, and to get to the for them to know me.
Build a rapport, basically.
Building rapport
naturally,
right, through conversation. So.
Man, what he means by qualifying questions is we're prospecting
I'm familiar
the customer, but through straight casual conversation. Man, how long you been here? That's great. You been working here how long? That's good, man. You like it, man? You're making good money with this, huh? By the time I'm done, I have a lot of information.
I got your employment.
My 2-year employment that I need. I've got a lot of.
I know you're married. I know you got children. I know we got motivation because I know the lease is up in 3 months. You're gonna just from talking.
And this is all the steps: 1, 2, 3, 4. Ask qualifying questions, and then the qualifying questions is so obviously we can all your objections, and we can build on features and benefits, which is the end of the formula, because that's the close. Once I've done the meet and greet, we've gotten all past all that stuff. I have to ask you all the right qualifying questions so I can find your needs and wants. And once I find your needs and wants, my job is to offer features and benefits. I'm going to address your needs, and here are the features and needs, and here are the benefits on these. And that's basically the formula.
I love it. Now, back to this book, because I know we talked about it, but I want this for $100 million. You can't just skip over it, right?
I got you.
For $100 million, you cannot skip over it. Why the kids? Even though I know I heard you earlier. You said a lot of people wish they knew when they were younger, but why the babies? This is this ABCs 1, 2, 3s.
Right.
Why the babies?
If just like with anything. Right, just like with anything, the the younger you start, the more likelihood you have of impact. And that's with anything, right? And we can see that just with our basic demographics of, let's say, the impoverished communities.
Okay.
Right? They start young, and what's that show, Beyond Scared Straight? You got to put the kid in Beyond Scared Straight because they 10 years old acting out.
Yeah.
And you know the path that they're following. So now let's take that to finances, right? When we have a child that's 10 years old, right, and their parents, they can afford to take them to the after school program, right? They can afford to take them to the entrepreneurial mindset, right, for youngsters class. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We got all these different programs, but just said that to say, man, when you start with the youth, you have a greater chance of impact. Because as an adult, we can talk all day, but you're in the situation as an adult because this is really where you choose to be.
What age would y'all say you should start teaching your children finance and money and the values of credit and all the things with that?
The moment they can understand it. Because my son is 2.5 and is being taught that. He reads that book. He sings the
I
songs.
think I seen it on your page.
Yeah.
So
Listen,
my 2.5-year-old is, and the moment I have to spend money on him and he has to see it, he should understand it. From that point on, that way, whenever we're ready to make any kind of purchase and he decides he wants something, which is one of his wants, he'll know what it takes to get it. We want to teach that. You see, when we grew up empowered, we grew up with the word no. No is all day long, which is horrible. Because no means nothing can be obtained. We want to start teaching yeses. Oh my God, I want 10 PlayStations. Of course you can get them. This is how much it costs. And if we can come up with a game plan of how to get there, let's come up with a game plan and I'll tell you how to get there. I mean, no, really? You can't get it? Of course you can get it. You might not be able to get it right now, but yes, you can get it. You can get anything you want.
right.
You just have to have the tools, and this is a tool. And this is tool number one to at least let's educate them on the verbiage and the practice of it. And if you don't mind, open up the book to at least page the D, which is, you'll see what it stands for. And I'm skipping a couple. We should go A, B, C, but I want to show you D. Right.
Right.
Deposit.
So D is for deposits.
All right. How many parents aren't making those? How many parents aren't going to PLS? How many parents aren't going here and the kids watching?
Right.
And these are everyday, everything that you're going to see in the book is going to be everyday terminology that the kids are watching. We want the kids to now start knowing that when he gets money, which is an A, and if you look at A is no longer Apple, A is
for assets. Ooh, come on. Assets grow your money.
assets grow. Exactly.
But
assets grow your
okay,
money.
now I want you to go to B.
Come on now.
'Cause after they get the dollar,
What are they going to do with
They
that
gonna say,
dollar?
"Hey, I want
Go
take
to
it to
that
the
what? That bank.
because now they know that banks hold their money. But then skip C but then go to D.
Yep. Went there.
So,
But we can't skip over it.
Well, no, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back.
but just
But
to talk about it, how they go hand in hand.
Exactly. I just wanted to show you how the book reinforces itself.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
I like that.
A book, the book reinforces itself because our H is homes. Homes are assets. Well, now that we could go back to A, assets grow your money. Now we know your home is something that can grow your money.
You're not just learning terms.
No.
You're actually learning what they mean.
This
to
is
the fullest and
real
how to
world.
apply them.
This is real world knowledge. Like
application.
Of the knowledge. Yeah.
we chose to not storytell on purpose.
Yeah.
Right, because we believe that the children are smarter than the credit that we may give them.
Yeah.
We do believe children can understand these financial terms, right? But understanding not just understanding it from the book aspect, but understanding it from the things that they see in their real life.
That's right.
Not just in theory. In practice.
Yep. In practice. So next time you pull up to the ATM and you put your debit card in there, your 4-year-old will know exactly what's going on.
Mom, you're making a deposit.
You're making a deposit.
We're gonna have assets.
Yeah.
We got money in the
Yeah.
bank.
We got money in the bank.
So now,
And that's-
Mama, I know you got McDonald's money, so
The language changes.
Yeah.
Listen,
language
I
changes.
know you got big dollars money.
Precision in language. That's what my
just
wife
make-
always preaches
Come on,
to me.
listen.
Yeah. What are the 3 keys of building a solid foundation with your financial foundation?
Okay.
That you want to teach to the kids, or regardless of age, honestly, just really with the income and everything. What are the 3 keys or foundational pieces for finances?
Education first and foremost.
Right.
Because without the education, you'll never be able to make an informed decision. So first and foremost, seek the knowledge and the know-how and the why. First and foremost, that's one.
That's
I'll let you take the other.
I would say as far as tangible is credit. Right. That's the number one thing. Because with we own a multi-services office. So we do taxes, we do credit, but then we also do business funding. Right. We also help individuals, aspiring business owners incorporate themselves, and we help them with the business fund that goes hand in hand, right? So they can leverage. But say that to say, if you want to purchase a home, if you want to purchase a car,
If you want to purchase a cell phone,
any of those
if you want to purchase anything,
are credit driven.
You gotta pull your credit.
Insurance is credit driven.
Everything, man.
Man, you name it. Anything, any and everything is credit driven, right? Said that to say, if we're talking, right, I tell somebody, well, if we don't take care of this credit issue right now, this will forever be you will forever have a repeating cycle of denials, because this is number one. Before a lender will even look at your income, they're gonna look at your credit, because I want to see, first off, before I entertain a payment, do you qualify?
Okay.
Before I entertain a
That's
payment,
what.
can you
Nobody gets
even
talked
get
about credit.
can you even get approved for it before we start talking terms? You get what I'm saying? So if
The approval process.
come on. So if the credit is not right,
and it's a sad
Man.
so many folks walk into places
Nothing, you know?
with the biting nail status. I don't know. That's uninformed. There should be no reason why you can't
Right.
walk into any lending institution and actually demand terms. Well, that comes with having education. And then having education goes, the next thing is credit.
Come on.
And I would say number 3, if it really, the 3 foundations, get your education, learn about credit, and master the OPM system. Because that is the key to everything. Quite frankly.
come on.
You know what I mean?
For those who are ignorant of the OPM system, what is that?
That's other people's money.
How do you tap
That's
into that?
how to tap into other people's
No,
money
I'm asking. How do you tap into that? What is that?
with credit. With credit, that's banking. That's being able to.
Can you go to that
acquire
C
the
right there
funds.
for me? Can you go to the C right there in that book for me?
Say less. Right there.
Come on.
Now, some people are gonna,
Credit is borrowed money.
Now, yes, we're teaching. We're teaching
Come
about
on,
borrowed
OPM.
money.
That's OPM.
It is
people's
OPM.
money, huh?
And I mean, and shout out to Dave Ramsey, but obviously he would first say no. This is not something we should be teaching, credit and debt and what have you. But it's something that we have to teach, because we also have to teach the difference between good debt and bad debt. We
Right.
have to teach that without debt, then there isn't credit. Without credit, then there isn't the option of obtaining
What's leverage?
leverage or funds to be able to take to the next level.
Listen, y'all. Yeah, that's the second children's book, huh?
Well,
We need a whole children's book on just credit alone. Yeah.
there's going to be series of this.
Oh.
So this is why we said this
Things
is
to come. Yeah.
$100 million idea.
It's
We have a game coming out. We've got a coloring book coming out.
What-
It's coming out in different languages.
I need that coloring book. I need all of that.
so man.
We gave a lot. Nobody even knows this.
no. I'm gonna tell you.
I know, but it's genuine. It's genuine. We flowing. We flowing.
So whenever the curriculum is done, what'll happen? Well, the curriculum plus the interactive learning program / game, right? Once that's all done, you'll be able to purchase them in a bundle, right? In terms of, let's say, if a parent purchases the book plus the curriculum, that comes with are worksheets for each word. So you have a color in. So step 1, they'll be able to color in. Well, let me say activity 1 on the worksheet. Color in the word, right? So asset, color in asset. Activity 2, circle the assets versus the toys.
That way you can identify what
So
are
we can
assets.
start identifying what are assets, right? Step 3, I want you to draw what an asset is. Well, we just went through what an asset was on 2, but see how we're reinforcing what is an asset. how do we identify asset? Do we know what an asset is? But then two, once we combine that with the interactive learning program, and this is where it gets super exciting for me, because this is where the expansion comes. So we'll have two modes. You'll have a junior mode and the explorer mode. You have junior mode, that's 4 to 7. You have explorer mode, that's 8 to 12. And so this book is not just for children. It's not just for the babies.
Okay.
This go, because we did our soft launching from the middle schoolers, 6th to 8th grade.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Hell, some adults need this.
Come on
for
now.
real.
No,
Yeah.
no. Seriously.
There's a page there where
you
I want
I want you to go to
Why
G.
you-
I want you to go to G right quick.
Go to G.
Come on, man.
Listen, yeah, go ahead.
This I'm gonna cut in real quick because we went into the G. So as of course we do taxes, we do credit repair. So these two questions are being asked.
Gross. Yeah.
Okay, I can tell you, and please don't get mad at me, adults. But how many adults had no idea the difference between gross and net?
Plenty.
Had no idea. I can honestly tell you, 70% of the adults that we speak to about the book will go, "Oh yeah," and then I go, "Do you know the difference?" They'll be like, "No." Adults, they know the difference.
They look
so
at-
now this book, mom's learning, dad's learning while teaching the kid because he didn't even know. And you know how I know that? Because as I sold cars, I always asked, "What was your income?" And I get like about this
What you
amount.
gross, versus what you net.
No, I need your gross versus net. You mean which is that one?
What do you take home?
Yeah.
So the fact that here we are with adults still who don't understand that the book's geared for everybody.
Yeah.
It's geared for everybody. There isn't
Everybody.
necessarily an age group. It looks like it's ABCs, but it's not just ABCs.
Y'all done went over my head with that one. That's crazy, man.
Listen.
Because look, what did I ask? My first question was, "Why is this for the babies?" And then here we are.
It's not.
It's
The color's
deeper.
It's
It
deeper.
is.
I'm telling you, it's deeper.
Yeah.
It's much deeper.
I'm liking this. I really liking the vision with this.
on,
for
man.
sure.
Now, for someone who is starting off, right? No credit or whatever financial situation is, like no savings, any of those things. What is step one for them?
Well, it depends
After
on what they go.
education? Is it after education? Are we talking about
No,
after education?
we're talking about just in general. Like,
Education.
what is step one?
For sure.
I mean, it depends on their goals. It really all depends on what it is that they're trying to do. Let's say if you
So before we already know the educational piece, but to get started with all of those things, like, hey, I got a niece right now that knows nothing about credit right now.
Yep.
As far as her getting started with, with credit, and there's parents that, probably are familiar with it, but not too much familiar with it, or hey,
got what you're saying.
you know what I'm saying? So what I really want to know is what is step one? What is base one? And once you get the information, or once you, get tied into that.
Well, I would say first, you gotta have a bank account. And we have to start teaching about what banking, because keep in mind, credit is what? Borrowed money from where?
Yeah.
From a lending institution. So let's start first teaching you what a lending institution is about, how to put money in, how to pull money out, and what happens when you leave the money in. Teach compound, and teach how credit and credit cards come about and what is the usage of them. Because there's great usage of them, and there's also an abuse of that. So I would say first thing is let's teach on the flow of the currency,
Right.
and then how you can leverage it through loans and borrowing. And that's, step one. Let's teach banking.
So definitely, I would say like a tangible step one, a secure card. Like let's say that example that you said with your niece.
Or just in general, I just use that as an
For sure.
example.
Okay,
Yeah,
for sure. But I would say getting a secure card is the one thing that everybody can do.
Yep.
Because you may not be approved for unsecured line of credit. Even if you have a high credit score, that does not mean that you show the ability to repay if you don't have a credit profile, right? In this case right here, meaning somebody that has the knowledge, but they don't have any of the
Credentials,
right.
proof
They
that
need
they've
to
been
start
able to
taking those
borrow.
steps. So I would say number one, getting a secure card. And there's ways to pay that card, right, to where in 6 months that card graduates.
And hold on, before you go any further on how it's paid, getting a secure card is one way, but as a parent, let's say if we happen to have, and we are financially savvy and we have our credit up to par, a great way to start your kids off is by putting them as an authorized user on your cards.
Right.
So they don't necessarily have to put a down payment on a card. They can end up getting a card directly sent to them by you putting them as an authorized user. So that's another way that's how every parent honestly should start their kids off. 16, make them an authorized user. By the time they're 18, they have excellent credit.
That's if you have good credit.
That's if the parent has that. But that's a way to start the legacy.
Right,
That's a way to start at least putting them and ahead of the game, rather than what a lot of parents end up doing is destroying their own kids' credit before the kid's even 18.
What are some common myths that you're hearing from your clients?
Oh man.
Or let's narrow it down to number one. What is the number one myth that you hear?
That if I have a great high credit score, I can buy whatever I want. And that is the biggest myth in the world.
Pop it off, man. Let us know.
That is the biggest.
Let us know.
All right. So
that's the
I've got clients with a 760 that cannot get approved for a vehicle. Then I've got a client with a 580 who gets approved every time he
Put us
applies.
on, man. Please educate. Please elaborate on that for sure.
So score is just exactly that. That has nothing to do with your ability to do anything. You got a score. And that means, let's say if I'm 18 years old and I happen to get my first secured card for $300 and I do extremely well, I keep just paying it on time. 12 months later, I got an 800 score. Does that qualify me for the $500,000 house? Not at all. Now, it qualifies me for a bank to say, oh, the score's cool, let's look at the loan. But loans are based on, anything that's banking is based on what? The ability to pay back and the track record of, I've done that before. So just because you've got a score doesn't mean that you have the ability to pay back a $500,000 loan. So people have the misconception of, well, get your LLC, build this, and once you get your credit up to here, you get a $100,000 loan. Doesn't work like that at all. Because where's your track record? Where have you proven that you've been able to pay anything like that back?
Right.
Within time, multiple times, and a dollar amount. Your card is $300. So yes, anything $300, man, A1, grab it, please. You're approved. Anything more than that,
Yep.
I don't know, because it's not about the score. It's more about your buying power. That is the number one thing. So the number one myth is just because I got a perfect credit score, I'm approved for everything.
And that's not to say score doesn't matter, right? But score definitely is not the
deciding factor.
It's not. I can tell you when the underwriter, which is the one that says you are either approved or denied on the bank end, they're looking at the contents of that credit report. Scores get them to look at it.
That's the door. That's the key. Okay,
now, the contents get you approved, right? So you can have, like he's saying, you can have 800 with a $300 card that you cannot apply for a $10,000 car and think you'll get approved, right? You got to show buying power. So it's multiple things to the approval process than just having a high score. It's much deeper than just having a high score.
That's right.
It's age plays such a big factor as well, because one thing that Carlos touched on, right, is the ability to repay over time.
That's like you apply for a job without a resume.
Come on.
You got no resume. What, you're going to give me a blank piece of paper and then tell me, no, trust me. Trust what?
Trust me.
Verified trust is what a bank is all about.
I work good. I do good work. Trust me.
No.
It don't work like that.
Listen, we can have hours at this.
For sure.
Because it's so much information.
So much,
we
bro.
ain't even touching the surface of what it can go into.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to do a little fun segment for y'all.
Okay, okay.
Well, this is interesting. I mean, it could be fun. We could do it a different couple of ways, right? I see y'all as a partnership, so I literally just want to hear one answer for this, right? Or a couple of them. So with that being said, this segment is called Green Screen. Y'all probably like, what the? Green Screen is if you were to have a movie.
Okay.
What would be the name? What would be the genre? And what is the soundtrack to this movie. And if we have a little bonus, who the heck is playing y'all?
So if we had a movie about us,
Yeah. What is it called?
What would be the name of the movie?
What's the name of the movie?
Okay, track's gonna be Rick Ross.
definitely Trey gonna be Rick Ross.
It's gonna be either Hustling or it's gonna be one of the Rick Ross tracks.
That's how we open in the movie. We open in the movie with it.
It's gonna come on with that. That
Hustling.
yeah.
That's how we doing the introduction.
That's the car doors opening up.
Boom, and then it's gonna be Jump Out. The name of it
Jump Out Boys. That's the name
I
of the
can
movie.
see it.
Jump Out Boys.
Jump Out Boys. Car doors opening up.
Hold on. So that's the name of the movie?
I'm gonna come out like Mike Lowry.
Yeah.
Bad Boys.
That's who will play me. That's
Doors to get open.
Will Smith?
Yeah.
Come on, man. The old Will Smith though.
You gotta use the what's the CGI?
No.
The
You understand? He go now. What's that boy? He was in Sinners.
I'm bad we got with
That boy Michael B. Jordan gonna play me. He gonna
there you go. Yeah.
He gonna pop out. He gonna pop out with the
Yeah.
every day I'm hustling. Who gonna play you, Los?
Come on, who me? Who could play me, man?
Man, I got a few ideas, but
Dog. He gonna what you gonna say? Fat Joe gonna play me? What you gonna say? DJ Khaled gonna play me? Get everybody. I don't know why. Everybody calls me Fat Joe. DJ
the jokes
Khaled.
write themselves.
But he's
Is this a biopic or is this like one of them bad boy movies, man? Like what was loosely?
It's gonna be a gangster movie, but the gangster's not gonna be in a bad way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We muscle in the credit with the credit bureaus.
So kind of like a Wolf of Wall Street kind of vibe to it.
We muscle
Robin
in the
Hood,
credit-
you get what
we
I'm
muscle
saying?
in the credit bureaus, and we fighting for our customers.
What you just did to Aunt Lucy up the street?
Come on.
Yeah.
The reason it's got to jump out, boys, because that's what we do. We pull up and we jump out.
Yeah.
That's what happens. We pull up and
That's
we jump
what we
out.
do, man.
And with no problem, it doesn't matter where. Oh yeah, we had a new event, pull up and jump out. We had a food truck, pull up, jump out. And every time
At
we
the
jump
mall,
out,
pull up, jump out.
It don't matter, you know. It
don't matter.
And we
You're gonna have my listeners talking about some pull up, jump out.
no, listen, we so you know how many times I'll lock the door to try to be the first one to go inside the place?
Come on, man.
Because we on competition. You're not beating me today.
Come on,
You're
man.
not beating me today. And we do that all day long because why not? Money's going to the same pot. Money's going to the same
Come on.
pot. So iron sharpens iron, you know?
It's the analogy. They say you got two stallions, right? That let's say they pushing something. One of them alone can pulling. One of them alone can pull 15,000 pounds, right? So conventionally thinking, two of them will pull 30. Two of them pull 36,000 pounds, right? And so you would think, how is that possible if one pulled 15? That math don't math. Because when you got two of the same, what Kobe say, same animal, different beast, something like that.
Yeah.
But when you got two of the same type of competitors that know, okay, well, we on the same team because both of our goal is to get there. That's both of our goal.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get in your way, you're not gonna get in my way. Actually, let's help each other get there. But when you have that healthy competition, now he push and I see him pushing, that make me want to push even harder. But then he like, oh, okay, now I'm finna push even harder.
Right.
Then I'm like, oh no, I'm finna push even harder.
And it just creates a friendly competition.
It creates a momentum.
Yeah.
It creates a momentum, man.
I love it, man. And I want to do a little drop, the green drop.
Okay.
Final gem to give to the people.
What do you mean, as in?
The final gem that you want to share with the people, for the listeners out there. Is there any particular advice that you may have received or any insight that y'all want to share?
About industry or life?
Just in general, what has gotten you to this point, or any of those
I'll
things?
give one. I'll give one.
Solid advice that you may have received.
In life, well, first of all, we're computers, right? So there's always a second chance. You can always go to sleep and tomorrow's another day. But just like a computer, we can always reboot. And what are the three buttons that we press when we reboot? Control, Alt, and Delete. So know that, and any chance, whatever the situation, reboot. No matter what's happening, reboot. Take control, alternate your path, delete the shit, create new files. That way, now that I've cleared that up. So I think that's the gem that everybody needs to take, is that you can always reboot. Because tomorrow's another day.
I like that. What you got?
Man, the gem I would I would leave is I'm actually plug and I'm advertise a book that changed my life, The Power of Concentration. Just that right there is what I'm gonna leave, because I believe the power of thought is what got us here. That's what got the ABCs of finance here, right? And so mastering yourself, mastering your thoughts, and just knowing what they mean, knowing how to follow the right ones, how to dismiss the wrong ones, man, that can get you far as I am here in the living present today from that. So definitely, that's the plug I would leave.
Man, gentlemen, I want to say thank y'all. We need to do a part 2, and we're gonna do that part 2 because you said it's by September. And by September,
in 3 months, we'll be back on this platform with the update of the ABCs of finance, and you'll see everything that we spoke about today, meaning the curriculum, the worksheets, the interactive learning program, game, bundled up, man, ready to go, ready to launch out, really have major impact in this world, man.
And where can they find y'all?
Well, the book itself?
No, where can they find y'all? How can they contact you? How can they keep up with you?
Man, well, they can either both for our Instagrams, but our company one's going to be Berrios Multiservices.
Okay.
Also, and for the link of the book is also on the on our bio
as well. The ABCs of finance.
Easy.
Yeah, and my name
Amazon and on Shopify as well. If anybody wanted to
for sure.
The book.
And on Instagram, Wellington Stovall BMS.
Hey, and there you have it, man. I genuinely, like I said, I appreciate y'all. And in 2-3 months, let's see where it goes.
Let's do it.
All right, and like that, it's a wrap.
Come on,
man. Let's get it.